Ever since Trunks debuted his new ultra-powered Super Trunks yellow-blue combination weird form, I've had a plethora of people hit me up and say, is Trunks borrowing from Broly? Well, actually, no, he's not borrowing from Broly. In fact, it's actually the other way around. And that's the discussion of this Geekdom Quickie.
I've come back from the future to warn you that if you don't subscribe to Geekdom 101, your future is grim.
At the end of Dragon Ball Super Episode 61 and into Dragon Ball Super Episode 62, future Trunks' rage was unleashed as he performed an incredible transformation, unlike almost none we've ever seen before. But if you really think about it, we have seen it before. And a lot of fans were thinking, wow, it kind of reminds you of Broly, because he had the big kind of, insane power, the electricity, and of course the big one was the fact that Trunks' pupils were, pretty much disappeared. They were all white, which is like when Broly was raging out in the Dragon Ball Z movies way back in the day. Well, actually, little known fact, and that's why I'm even doing this quickie, Broly's transformation, Broly's legendary Super Saiyan power was actually inspired by Trunks. Way back in Dragon Ball Z when Trunks was fighting Perfect Cell, he unleashed a form where he tapped into all of his rage and powered up to a form that it was commonly referred to for many years as Ultra Super Saiyan, but in the Japanese guidebooks, this form was referred to as Super Saiyan Grade 3, which was a step above Vegeta's Grade 2 form, but a step below Goku and Gohan's full-powered Super Saiyan form, otherwise known as Super Saiyan Grade 4. So Grade 3 is the form that Trunks used when he was really, really buff, but really slow. The little-known fact here is that Takao Koyama actually took the idea from that Trunks form when creating Broly. The character of Broly was created by Takao Koyama along with every other DBZ movie villain, and when it came to Broly, Koyama went right to Toriyama for an initial character design, and thus Toriyama created the Broly that we knew, but it was Koyama's idea to borrow from Trunks' rage power, his Grade 3 Ultra power, to give Broly the muscles and the lack of pupils. But a lack of pupils representing great power is not exclusive to just Trunks and Broly. We've also seen Vegeta on Planet Namek rage out and lose his pupils too. In anime and in shonen, series, having somebody lose their pupils just represents a huge amount of power. So, no folks, Trunks' new form was not a copy of Broly. He's not related to Broly. I'm not sure where people got that idea from. In fact, if you trace it back to the source, Trunks used that form. The first time we saw it was in Dragon Ball Manga Chapter 385, which came out August 4th, 1992. The TV episode corresponding to this was Dragon Ball Z Anime TV Episode 162, which came out October 28th, 1992. The Broly movie, the first time we ever saw Broly on the big screen was DBZ Movie 8, and that came out March 6, 1993, several months after Trunks had already displayed that form. So those of you guys out there who think that Trunks copied Broly, no, Broly, Takao Koyama's Broly actually copied Trunks. That's all I got for you on this quickie. Thank you for watching and supporting Geekdom 101. Subscribe if you haven't for all the most accurate and truthful Dragon Ball news. I will catch you guys down the road.